Most people don't fail because they are weak. They fail because they never make a final decision. They live in the space between wanting and committing, between wishing and acting, between knowing and doing, and that space slowly destroys potential. Look closely at your life, not emotionally, objectively. Your current reality is not random. It is not bad luck. It is not circumstances. It is the visible result of thousands of micro-decisions you made when no one was watching. Decisions about comfort, decisions about effort, decisions about discipline, decisions about what you tolerate. You may not like this truth, but it is liberating. If your life is a result of decisions, then a new life only requires new decisions. But here's where almost everyone collapses. They confuse desire with decision. Desire is emotional. Decision is structural. Desire says, I want to change. Decision says, this is no longer an option. Desire waits for motivation. Decision creates standards. And standards don't negotiate. Right now, you already have standards, you just might not like them. Your standards decide how hard you work, how disciplined you are, how you treat your body, how much money you allow yourself to earn, how much disrespect you tolerate, how long you stay stuck. Standards are invisible rules you live by. And here is the uncomfortable part. You are perfectly consistent with your standards. If discipline disappears when it's inconvenient, that is not a discipline problem. That is a standard problem. If you keep restarting, quitting, delaying, and renegotiating, that is not bad luck. That is identity. Most people are not afraid of failure. They are afraid of permanent success, because success demands a permanent change in identity. A real decision feels dangerous because it removes escape routes. And escape routes are comforting. As long as you keep options open, your old self stays alive. As long as you keep saying, I'll try, you give yourself permission to retreat. But the moment you decide, truly decide, something internal collapses. The old identity loses authority. That's why real decisions feel heavy. They carry weight. They close doors. And this is why society teaches you to be flexible, wait, see how it goes. Because undecided people are predictable. Decided people are not. Your brain resists decisions because decisions create responsibility. Once you decide, you can no longer blame motivation, mood, timing, or circumstances. And that terrifies the ego. But here's the truth, no one tells you. Your life will not change when you understand more. It will change when you decide more. Clarity does not come before action. Clarity is a reward for commitment. Confidence is not a prerequisite. Confidence is a consequence. Look at your habits. They are loyal to who you believe you are. If you see yourself as someone who tries, you will keep trying and stopping. If you see yourself as someone who finishes, your behavior must follow. The world does not respond to what you want. It responds to what you tolerate and what you enforce. This is why the moment of decision is the most important moment in a human life. Not the moment you start. Not the moment you feel inspired. Not the moment you tell people your plans. The moment you remove the option to go back. That moment is quiet. No applause. No confirmation. But everything changes after it. Because once you decide, your nervous system reorganizes. Your attention sharpens. Your excuses lose credibility. You stop asking, how do I feel today? And start asking, what does the person I decided to be do now? That is power. And most people never experience it. They stay trapped in preparation, in learning, in waiting. But waiting is a decision too, and it always produces the same result. Most people misunderstand discipline. They think discipline is something you do, something you force, something you suffer through. That belief alone guarantees failure, because anything that depends on force will eventually collapse. Discipline is not an action, it is an identity. You don't wake up every day asking if you feel like being who you are. You simply act in alignment with it. This is why some people appear consistent, while others struggle endlessly. It is not because they are stronger, it is because they are decided. An undecided mind negotiates, a decided identity executes. Most people live in internal negotiation. They negotiate with the alarm clock. They negotiate with discomfort. They negotiate with excuses. They negotiate with their future. And every negotiation weakens identity. Here is the brutal truth. If discipline feels heavy, it means you still see it as optional. Optional behaviors require motivation. Non-optional behaviors require no debate. Think about it. You don't debate brushing your teeth. You don't debate basic hygiene. You don't debate what is already part of who you are. The moment discipline becomes identity, resistance drops. This is where self-image comes in. Your self-image is not what you say about yourself. It is what your nervous system expects from you. If your nervous system expects inconsistency, it will sabotage long-term effort. If it expects discipline, discipline becomes automatic. This is why affirmations without behavior fail. Words without aligned action confuse the brain. The brain learns through repetition, not intention. Every repeated behavior tells your subconscious one thing: this is who I am. And every skipped commitment says, this is optional. People don't lack motivation. They lack identity alignment. They try to install high-level habits on a low-level self-image. That never works. You cannot outperform your identity. This is why transformation feels uncomfortable at first. You are violating an old self-image. Your nervous system resists not because change is bad, but because the old identity feels familiar and safe. Growth always feels unsafe to the old self. This is where most people quit, right at the edge of identity collapse. They interpret resistance as a sign to stop, instead of recognizing it as a sign of change. Discipline is not about doing more. It is about becoming someone who does not negotiate with their future. Once identity shifts, effort decreases. You stop asking, can I do this today? You start saying, this is what I do. That is power. And it is built quietly, daily, without applause. There is a line most people never cross. Not because they can't, but because crossing it would end their old identity. That line is commitment without retreat. The point of no return is not loud. It does not announce itself. It happens internally. It is the moment you stop asking if this will work and start acting, because going back feels unacceptable. Most people keep a psychological escape door open, a backup identity, a justification. That door drains power. As long as retreat is possible, the nervous system prepares for retreat. Power comes from closure. When you close the door to your old self, energy consolidates. This is why partial commitment produces partial results. The future does not respond to interest. It responds to commitment. Interest says, I'm curious. Commitment says, there is no alternative. And the universe, reality, opportunity, whatever you call it, responds differently to each. The point of no return is when your standards become non-negotiable, when inconsistency feels painful, when excuses feel embarrassing, when discipline feels natural. This is when life accelerates, not because circumstances change, but because you stop leaking energy backward. Momentum is identity in motion. Most people wait for proof before committing, but proof comes after commitment. Once you cross this line, your life reorganizes around the new standard. People respond differently to you. Opportunities align differently. Your own thoughts change tone. Not because of magic, but because identity commands behavior. You don't need more time. You don't need more information. You don't need more confidence. You need a line in the sand. And once it is crossed, your old life can no longer contain you.